It is 2 p.m. Mr. Link, if you are ready, we will go ahead and begin.
All good.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody, for attending this public hearing on a proposed substantial amendment to Knox County's 2020 to 2024 Consolidated Plan for Housing and amendment to our 2020 Annual Action Plan. We appreciate you being with us. I'm Dwight Vandevate. I'm the Director of Community Development for Knox County. I am joined today by our staff, which includes Jenny Holden, who is a Senior Director for Housing and Homeland Security, Ian Christie, who is our Grants Program Manager, Mr. David Lara, who is our Regulatory Compliance Specialist, and our Staff Accountant, Pam Brown, may join us at some point during the meeting. We appreciate you being with us, though. Briefly, a little bit about our agency. We are a participating jurisdiction or an entitlement community recognized by the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development. And as such, we receive community development block grant funds for use in the county balance, exclusive of the city of Knoxville and the town of Farragut. And we also receive home dollars as well. Our agency mission on the housing side of our organization is to promote the availability of affordable housing for low to moderate income families and to reduce homelessness and housing insecurity in Knox County. We operate under a 5-year consolidated plan that is approved by Housing and Urban Development. And in this particular case, because we are eligible to receive some additional funds, we are offering a substantial amendment to the plan, and that is the purpose of today's hearing. We'll give you details on the proposed substantial amendment and then offer avenues through which you can offer comment. Once we have all of those comments collected, they will be transcribed, and those comments and any response that our agency may offer will be posted on our website for public viewing. Knox County is eligible for $710,097 in community development or CDBG block grant funds from the CARES Act that are known as CDBG COVID-19 funds. We propose to accept those funds under the terms of this substantial amendment and approval of County Commission. And we'll give you some details on that today. And again, if you have comments, we'll give you a basis upon which to make those comments, or a means upon which to make those comments later in the meeting. I would note, normally we would have a meeting like this in person. Obviously, this is a pandemic associated framework. This particular type of meeting, while it may not be our preference, is approved by HUD, and hopefully will help everybody stay safe and healthy. Knox County does plan to allocate our $710,097 in CDBG COVID funds toward services for the homeless in the form of short-term mortgage, rental, and utility assistance. These programs are limited to low to moderate income families that are directly impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Our plan for 2020-2024 and our 2020 annual action plan will be amended accordingly. Those plans, the current plan is on public display on our website, and you may view it there at any time. We will accept comments through midnight on September 11th. And shortly, early in the next week, the week of September 14th, those comments again will be available on our website. The details of our proposal are as follows. We propose to make $385,000 available to the Knox County Community Action Committee, $100,000 available to Centro Hispano, and $175,097 available to volunteer ministry centers for a total of $660,097. These funds are awarded to Knox County through HUD, and as such, they are subject to all of the normal restrictions of HUD funds and additional restrictions associated with the CARES Act. Per standard HUD guidelines, eligible individuals must be of low to moderate income and must reside in the county balance exclusive of the city of Knoxville. The city of Knoxville receives their own funds, and the town of Farragut is what is termed an opt-out community, having formally removed themselves from eligibility for the expenditure of HUD funds. Again, to reiterate, per CARES Act restriction, expenditures for these funds must be based upon a family or individual being impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. The agencies we have selected responded to a solicitation issued by our department that included a number of key metrics for evaluation. Principal among them was agency capacity, experience working with federal funds and in the complexities of the HUD and federal government framework, staff depth, and financial capacity. These funds are reimbursable funds, so any agency selected would have to have the capacity to expend funds first and then subsequently file with Knox County for reimbursement. We received a total of 9 responses. The three agencies I've previously listed were selected as on the basis largely of, again, agency capacity and efficiency, the ability to deliver those dollars as efficiently and at the lowest possible cost to low to moderate income families that have been affected by the pandemic. I'd like to note that Knox County has opted not to collect or charge any of the program dollars that we are ordinarily allowed to charge to these funds. We are passing these funds in their entirety through to the agencies that I've listed. And those agencies are in turn maintaining extremely low overhead and will be able to distribute the vast majority of those funds directly to families that have been impacted by the pandemic. Finally, we also propose an expenditure of $50,000 to the Guest House, which is a program of volunteer ministry centers that provides shelter services to homeless persons who are either COVID-19 positive or who have been tested for COVID-19 and are pending those test results. So the Guest House will receive the final $50,000, and that will be the total allocation of $710,097 awarded to Knox County. Again, we are passing all our funds through in their entirety so that they'll be out there in the community to help low to moderate income families. We are grateful to our agency partners for their ability and willingness to take this challenge on. We look forward to seeing these funds available to help the families that have been impacted. We would welcome any comment or feedback you may have. I'm going to go ahead and share a screen now that has contact information. We have 3 methods by which you can offer feedback: by email at cdfeedback@knoxcounty.org, and to any of our agency partners, even if you don't have feedback, if you were in attendance today, if you could drop us a note at CD Feedback, we would like to reflect in the record that you were present for today's virtual meeting. If surface mail is your preference, you can always write to us at Knox County Community Development, 400 Main Avenue, Suite 630, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37902. Or you can call area code 865-215-3980 and leave a message there with details, or request a call back, and we'll be glad to call you back if that's more convenient. We are largely working remotely due to the pandemic, so this is likely to be an unmanned line, but there is voicemail on it, and we would be anticipating your call. Would appreciate any feedback that you might want to offer by telephone if that's your preference. I believe I have covered the required elements, but again, to our agencies that may be participating in the call today, certainly we would appreciate any comments or feedback that we might have. And we again do appreciate your support. Also want to thank Rob Link and John Guyman from our IT staff for facilitating this call. Again, our normal preference is to have an in-person meeting and a conversation with you, but that's simply not possible under the current circumstances. And so we will rely on this particular method, which does meet the HUD standards and hopefully is effective for you as well. With that, that concludes this meeting. I appreciate everybody's time and attention and look forward to receiving your feedback. Thank you very much.